This episode is brought to you by County Line Cabins, proud sponsors of Chaos and Carry-Ons. If you're looking for a cozy getaway in Northeast Alabama, County Line Cabins offers beautiful short-term rentals located just outside of Scottsboro. This means you're only minutes away from Lake Guntersville if you love being on the water, you're close to the world-famous unclaimed baggage, but if hiking is your thing, the walls of Jericho are just about a short 30-minute drive away. You can visit countylinecabins.com to see all of their rentals, click through their Airbnb or VBRO links, and book your stay. Whether you're planning a weekend escape or a full adventure, this is the perfect home base. Again, that's countylinecabins.com. Go check them out. And now, on to today's episode.
Hey friends, welcome back to Chaos and Carry-Ons. I'm Shelby.
And I'm Stephanie.
And today we're going to talk about a great spring break destination that's right in our backyard. It's honestly one of the coolest places you can visit with kids, without kids, or just as a grown adult who still gets excited about sea creatures.
We're talking about the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta. And if you're planning a spring break trip or even just a weekend getaway, this episode is going to be like a guide to give you everything that you need to know before you go.
So we're going to share what to expect, tips for first-timers, how to plan your day, what not to miss, and we'll leave some spots for us to share our own chaotic experience because, let's be honest,
nothing says family outing like trying to keep everyone together in a dark room full of glowing fish. And add in gift shops at every 5 feet.
And overpriced snacks.
Chaos and carry-ons, let's go. Disney dreams in tow, you know. Every flight and every ride. Join the journey, come inside.
So let's start with why the Georgia Aquarium is a great spring break stop.
So let's start with the location because it's in downtown Atlanta, which makes it super easy to pair with a weekend trip, a road trip, or even just a day trip if you're within driving distance. That's what we did.
If you're from the South like us, Atlanta is one of those easy go-to cities when you want something fun, but don't want to deal with airports and long travel delays.
The Georgia Aquarium is also one of the largest aquariums in the world, which means this is not just a quick little hour visit. You can easily spend half a day or even a full day there.
Which I feel like is why it's perfect for spring break because it's indoors, weatherproof, and it's great for all ages.
Yes, because rainy day, perfect. Too hot, perfect. Kids have energy, it's also perfect because they're going to walk a lot without realizing it.
Okay, let's talk about what you'll actually see when you go inside because this place is massive.
Yeah, when you first walk in, it already starts to feel impressive because it's huge open spaces and you can see the big tanks and immediately you start feeling like, okay, this is something that's really special and different.
So one of the biggest highlights is the Ocean Voyager exhibit. It's the one with the massive viewing window and the underwater tunnel.
And when we say massive, we mean there is whale sharks in here swimming over your head. It was unbelievable. That was one of my favorite things. I think it's probably everyone's favorite thing.
I was going to say, like, when I thought about our trip, which it's been several years since we've been, this is the most memorable part of my trip. Like, that's what I remember the most about that aquarium.
Yes, because in there you'll see the manta rays. Did you see those when you were in there?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It feels like just every giant ocean creature that you can think of is in there. And it's one of those spots that you'll stand in there or sit in there. They have a place to sit down in there. And we sat in there for a good, I think, 15 or 20 minutes and just let Mateo stand at that glass. It is awesome.
There were also huge beluga whales, sea lions, penguins, jellyfish, tropical fish galleries that honestly feel like you're walking through Finding Nemo.
Yes, the jellyfish gallery was one of our favorites too. It's calm and it's really peaceful in there. But then you walk out and it feels chaotic again.
Okay, so I want to know, so you've been more recently than I have. You actually just went like a couple months ago, a few months ago. Tell me why, like what made you want to do, like why were you there?
So we went for fall break. If you remember that we just stayed at home for fall break this year. Or school year, I should say. So we had not been yet. And Mateo was really, really excited to see the shark. I don't remember if it's called Shark Exhibit, Shark Tank, but it's the tank that has all the sharks. And from what I was understanding, that's a newer exhibit. I did not realize that they would have so many different types of sharks in there. Like they had hammerheads, they had sand tiger sharks. Anyways, they just had a variety of different sharks. And we stayed in there, I'm not kidding, for an hour. We had such a hard time getting him out of there because he just thought it was so cool. And it is really neat the way that they have like different tanks and then you walk kind of like in a horseshoe around this big tank. It was really, really awesome. I loved everything about that aquarium. I'll say that I compare all aquariums to Chicago's aquarium, and that's a really neat aquarium, but this one was awesome. So one thing that made the aquarium special, I thought, was the shows that they have there. I don't know if you saw any of those when you went.
I feel like we did, but I can't remember.
We did not get to see the dolphin presentation, but I heard that that's a huge hit. I'm going to say right here, when you first come into the aquarium, you get on, I believe it's the app, and because they give you the little QR code to scan, and you have to make a reservation for that show. Well, we did not realize this until we were way into the day. So as soon as you first come into the aquarium, scan that QR code and make your reservation for the shows. So the only show that we got to see was the sea lion show, and it was awesome. But I wish that we would have gotten to see the dolphin show. A lot of people said that they really, really liked it.
I think I remember seeing the sea lion show now that you say that. I'm pretty sure we did. But we took Taylor, that was like her first little outing vacation. She was like 2 or 3 months old. So we didn't have a kid to entertain. I mean, she was a baby. She didn't know where she was at. But
Yeah.
I do remember the sea lion show.
Yeah, so they also do seasonal presentations of the animal encounters. So when we saw the sea lion show, it was Halloween themed. It had a little
Okay.
Halloween spin on it, but it was
That's cute.
really, really cute. They were telling us that you can also book behind the scenes experiences or animal encounters. So if you want to level up that visit, you can book those. Now let's talk about the food that they had there, because if you're there for several hours, you will need some sort of a plan.
So there are food courts and snack spots inside, but our honest advice, expect typical attraction pricing.
Yes, which means pack snacks if you can or plan accordingly. What we did was stopped to eat, and I was even trying to remember what we ate, and I don't remember. But we ate something before we got to the aquarium, and then I packed snacks because, I mean, like we said, it is attraction priced food. So
Mhm.
we ended up
But
getting through it without buying a whole lot.
there's also plenty of places to sit and take breaks in there, which is helpful if you have little kids or grandparents.
Yes. Or if you're just kind of done for a little while and you want to sit, we definitely did that. And there's places to sit in the attraction room. So even we talked about the jellyfish, there's places to sit and watch the jellyfish. There's places to sit and watch that, what do we call it? The Ocean Voyager room.
Mhm.
So I would take full advantage of that because that's what we did. Every time we wanted a break, we found somewhere to sit in those exhibit rooms.
So when we went, it was May and it was not crowded because it was before kids were out of school. Again, I had an infant. This was pre-COVID. So it was over the weekend when we were
Mhm.
there, but I remember it being crowded, but it wasn't so crowded that I wouldn't go back and go again. So what were the crowds like when you went in the fall?
So we went on a Monday or a Tuesday of fall break, and there was little to no one there. It was honestly amazing. I couldn't believe how I was expecting maybe even field trips, to be going
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
So I would say if you're staying home for even spring break, I would go there during the week, is what I would try to plan for, because the chances that your spring break, unless you're living in Atlanta, but the chances of your spring break being the same week as Atlanta's spring break is probably little to none. I think they also have a fall break, but they don't have the same fall break as us. So I would say as long as you go on a weekday, you're probably going to be good. Also, I want to add in that the parking garage, because that's always a thing for us. Like, what is the parking going to be like when we get to this place? So it was a garage that's connected to the aquarium, and it made it very, very easy because we talked about, like, if it's raining or whatever, you're never out in the rain trying to get to the aquarium. And it's all bunched right there together. We also should mention, I forgot to put this in there, and Shelby said something about it, but it's very easy to visit the World of Coca-Cola if you're going
Mhm.
to the aquarium because it's literally right next door. Like, you can see it on the walkway to the aquarium.
Mhm.
But anyways, I wanted to add that in because when we're saying downtown, that's a lot of people's next question is, where is the parking?
Yeah.
And it's connected to the aquarium. So you don't have to worry about parking in a parking garage and then walking over to it. It's all right there together.
I also believe that when we did the aquarium, we parked there and walked over to the Coca-Cola museum
Mhm.
walkthrough thing that we did.
Mhm.
I don't think we parked at both. I think we parked at one and did both in the same day. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we did both at the same time.
Yeah, because it's like a little almost like a park that is in the middle
Mhm.
of it. It's just a lot of grass and kids were like running around and playing. Like I said, it's very easy to just walk right over to the Coca-Cola on your way out or in to the aquarium.
So if you're going during spring break, here are some quick survival tips.
Number 1 is buy your tickets online ahead of time. This saves you from waiting in the line at the entrance. And spoiler alert, we did not buy our tickets early. I don't know why, but we did not, and we had to wait in that long line.
So she's telling from experience.
Yes.
So the second tip is to go early if you can. Mornings, I feel like this is with anything. Mornings are so much less crowded than afternoons. Apparently, people are not early birds like we are.
Yes. And the third is, like I said, when you get inside the aquarium, start reserving your tickets for the dolphin and the sea lion show because you will be like us and you will be very sad that you missed out on that dolphin show. It seems like the dolphin show goes before the sea lion show. I'll say that.
And number four, give yourself plenty of time. Don't rush through. I would plan for at least 3 to 5 hours. And then if you get out sooner than that and you have nowhere to go, walk across the street, go to Coca Cola.
Yeah. So, number 5 is if you're on the fence about bringing a stroller, I would bring it anyways. I did bring Mateo's, and he was 4 at the time. And he honestly didn't use it, but a stroller is a good dumping ground. Shelby's talked about that before
Mm-hmm.
for all of the stuff that you don't want to carry. So I would take it, but then don't feel obligated to use it if that makes sense. But
Mm-hmm.
when in doubt, take the stroller. That way they can take their time and, it's a good place to burn off energy, honestly. He slept the whole way
Is.
home.
So the Georgia Aquarium really is one of those places that lives up to the hype. This is something that I wondered before we went, and it really is good.
It's educational, it's fun, and it's a great way to spend spring break without worrying about weather.
Plus, it's one of those experiences that everyone's going to remember, from toddlers to grandparents.
Yes, I would say if you haven't been, it's definitely worth going. I mean, it's supposedly one of the best in the country, right?
Mm-hmm, definitely. So if you're planning spring break, looking for something fun, easy, and memorable, add the Georgia Aquarium to your list.
And if you go, make sure you send us a message and tell us all about your favorite exhibit.
Or your most chaotic moment. Those are our favorites. Thanks for hanging out with us for this spring break episode of Chaos and Carry-Ons.
And as always, may your flights be on time and your luggage never lost. But if it's not, that's where the fun begins.